Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have been on the phone all day long. Anytime the market really gets going, people want to talk about it on the phone, and so do I. And so a lot of times I get caught up in conversations for even hours talking about the different things that are going on in the news and everything that's happening. And so, yeah, the news and everything is swirling right now. I wanted to show you this because I thought it was funny. My son is the Office, the TV show. He's addicted to that TV show. I think he's watched it on Netflix like 3 or 4 times all the way through. And so I saw this from Barry Silver. Dwight from The Office, who's the greatest character on that show, in my opinion. His name's Rainn Wilson, I guess. I didn't know his name. Yeah, Rainn Wilson is offering Twitter shout-outs for anyone who donates $1,000 or more to the Mona Foundation in crypto. Not sure what the Mona Foundation is, but anyway. So Dwight is actually giving shout-outs for people that donate $1,000 or more in crypto to this nonprofit or some kind of charity organization, I guess. All right, let's do a refresh here. As you all know, this morning the market was almost to 600 billion, and then it tanked. Like Bitcoin was right up around 20,000, and it tanked right down, and it took the whole market with it. But these kind of things are healthy in my opinion because it shows you the strength of the market. Everything once it tanked, everything's kind of been flat today, but it came back pretty well. Bitcoin had gotten hit down to 18,000 something. XRP got knocked down all the way to like 59 or 60 cents and popped right back up and has been a little lower than it started the day. But this is what happens. I mean, you got all kinds of manipulation that goes on in the markets when it's like this. But here's where we are as far as this is Coinbase Pro right now. Shows you around 62 cents, a little bit above. Now, I want to show you this because this is from CNBC Fast Money yesterday. And this guy, Julian Emanuel, he's a, I think his title pops up. Anyway, he's like an equity strategist or something from this BTIG. And his target for Bitcoin is $50,000. Listen to what he says.
At these valuations where we'd want to be aggressive about adding.
Julian, I have to ask you about Bitcoin.
And by the way, if you hear a lawnmower, that's because you're hearing a lawnmower outside my window.
I didn't take you for a BTC kind of guy, but in your most recent note, you say Bitcoin to 50K is a reasonable price target for full year or year end 2021. And I'm wondering if that is the case, and you mentioned, sort of the diminishing value of the dollar, et cetera, that's kind of force. Does it have a place in investors' portfolio instead of cash?
Well, it's not necessarily instead of cash. It is instead of the 40% that would be a traditional 60-40 bond allocation. Again, going back to what we were discussing earlier, if the Fed is not going to permit negative rates, and they've been vocal about it, and we're starting to see signs of inflation, it's reasonable to expect that you could have, perhaps losses in bond portfolios in the foreseeable future. And then when you combine that with the fact that you've got this entire cohort of young investors, the same ones that were really aggressively pushing technology stocks, this summer, who have 40-year investing horizons, an alternative to bonds is very, very sensible. And from our point of view, while the Fed continues to add to its balance sheet and the U.S. debt continues to go higher, Bitcoin is a viable alternative.
To extrapolate that, Julian, then should companies consider holding Bitcoin instead of cash equivalents on their balance sheets?
It's certainly, again, an alternative, and we've seen several of them come to that conclusion. And one of the facts of life is that you really haven't been rewarded, and perhaps rightly so, in a zero interest rate environment for cash. I don't know that I'd want to go quite that far because, again, that's an individual, corporate management's perspective. But in a diversified investment portfolio, we do think there is a place for crypto.
Julian,
wow, have things changed? I've been sounding the alarm that at some point, with all this money printing, everybody's going to head to crypto, and especially once they realize that treasuries are not a safe haven anymore. It's probably one of the more dangerous places to be. And now all the people from CNBC seem to be jumping on board now. And I'm going to show you more of this. Joker has a couple interesting tweets. Soon enough, people won't say, wow, he's a millionaire. They will say, wow, he's a Bitcoiner. They won't say, wow, he's a billionaire. They will say, wow, he's a digibiter. XRP Whales will be like a trillionaire. That's how early we are. Hashtag zero doubt. I like it. He's got XLM in there too. He says, I see a day that the average monthly salary would be 4 to 5 XRP. I think that he's right. Joker again, in 2020, institutions are getting in. They have big pockets. Only 10% of their capital can swallow the whole Bitcoin market cap. They don't sell in panic. They are long-term holders. In this regard, XRP has the highest probability of success. And then I think there's one more here. This is good too. This is not for a day trader, but for hodlers. I call this Pelican. A daily close above all-time high means game over. It estimates that Bitcoin targets minimum 50K to fairly 160K, max $1 million by 2023. It is not me. It's the math. Too good to be true, but good to know. So he's targeting 50K as well, just like the guy that was just on CNBC. Very interesting stuff. Now, XRP Wizard had tweeted this out. This is interesting right here, folks. This guy says, I call this chart the traditional onslaught. We've been talking about the herd for 3+ years. The herd requires career risk cover. This is that they are by definition not early adopters, but their pockets are deep and their capital is sticky. Bitcoin is just getting started. And let's look at his little chart here. I like this. The traditional onslaught. He's showing where basically the different companies or people actually endorsed Bitcoin. Morgan Stanley, Jim Cramer, PayPal. Then we get a big bump. JP Morgan, Stanley Druckenmiller, Citi, Cramer again, BlackRock, Bernstein, BTIG, Guggenheim. So the traditional money onslaught is what he's talking about. Traditional finance coming into the fray. And Anthony Pompliano replied to him, just wait till people see who the next few groups to become public are. And this is one thing I touched on in a prior video. And he makes a very good point here. What's the market going to do when an Apple or a Google or a Tesla or a SpaceX or something like that announces that they are going to buy Bitcoin or other digital assets for their treasuries, or they're going to diversify and buy Bitcoin, XRP, some Ethereum, and have a diverse portfolio for their treasury, because that's the next thing coming. What about when they announce that XRP is going to be their core holding in their treasury? Boom. All right. Next, I want to show you this. We covered this a while back. I think back in September when Kraken was the first crypto trading platform to get a bank charter approval. Well, what you may or may not have seen is on Link2, you can get Kraken private equity. Okay, they've still got shares. They've sold out of Ripple private equity, and they've sold out of this one called Marquetta. I'm going to show you a tweet from this in a second. But you can go and you go in the description of my videos, or you can just go to Link2's website, linqto.com. But I have their link to their apps. They've got an app you can download for your phone, Apple or Android. The links are in the app. Once you download this, you can actually sign up for an account. And I believe this is for high net worth people. I believe the minimum investment's like $10,000, as I recall. But anyway, they're selling out of these, and then a lot of times they'll add more to the platform. But Kraken, which is literally the first crypto bank, that has to mean, and they're one of the biggest exchanges. So wanted to make you aware of that. And also this, Link2 is proud to feature Marqeta on our app and share the news of its 2021 IPO with a target $10 billion valuation. So this company that they've been selling private equity in is going to go public in 2021. I didn't realize that. Interesting stuff. Okay. By the way, at the end of this video, I've got a surprise for you. Opinion. A surprise that I was surprised today, and it was very big surprise. I was happy to see it myself. Opinion: Bitcoin's price is validation of one use case. It's actually not a use case; it's just store of value, which means there is no use case except storing value. But crypto has others. This synthesis of crypto and the mainstream financial system towards this future money is what we all must keep our eyes on. That is the big picture, says this person. All right. Now, James Rule tweeted this out. Julia Chatterley excited to say we've got Ripple CEO. She's from CNN. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse tomorrow on First Move. Would love your crypto thoughts, questions on what we should discuss. Mr. B asks a great question right out of the gate for Brad Garlinghouse. If you had a magic wand, what is your specific dream scenario of regulatory clarity? And then 2, let's imagine that exact clarity is announced today. What happens next for Ripple, its customers, and XRP in the following 30 to 180 days? That's a great couple of questions there. I hope she asked that. Okay, and then this from James Rule as well. Almost 20% of PayPal users have used the app to trade Bitcoin, Mitsu says from CoinDesk. Okay, that's big time, folks. 20%. In fact, I think I'm going to buy some crypto in their app today. I've got some money that's sitting in PayPal that I think I'm going to get some of their crypto with. Young Platform, here's another one. The Young Platform is an Italian cryptocurrency exchange, will support the Flare Network's Spark Flare airdrop program for Ripple XRP holders. Stay tuned. And then we have this. Ian Northing made me aware of this, and here's your big surprise. Hey, XRP community, this is from iTrustCapital. We have some news coming soon. Stay tuned. And they copied in the Flare Networks and then Flare Networks. Thank you, iTrustCapital, for supporting the Spark Flare distribution to your XRP holders, unlocking value. Now, my understanding from talking to iTrust not too long ago is that their custody provider, who is called Curve, was not going to support it because there had not been enough institutional demand. Apparently, there is now enough institutional demand, and they're doing it. And this guy tweets out what I think too. Everyone needs to get an iTrustCapital Roth IRA to make sure you have tax-free money saved for retirement. And he shows all the different things you can get. I have a link to iTrustCapital if you wanted to. I opened a Roth IRA and a SEP IRA with them myself. And you can buy gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS inside of your IRA. And of course, a Roth IRA, once it's in there, you can buy and sell. There's no tax consequences. And then there's no tax consequences as long as you take it out. I think it's 59. So I think that's the age. But anyway, this is the way to go. You could make $10 million on your XRP and sell it into US dollars in this platform and not incur any taxes. That's huge. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that iTrustCapital is going to be supporting the Flare drop. Thank you for listening.